Hey guys, All Buns Glazing here on slingshotforums.com. Today I want to talk a little bit about two things, if I may. I'm a firm believer that if there's 1,000 how-to videos on a particular subject, that 1,001 will not hurt. So here's my take on how I do this, on how I make tube attachments for my slingshots that I'm making at the moment. And hopefully you can get something out of it. I've had some people asking me about it, so I thought I'd make a how-to video. Today I'm going to be making, basically from start to finish, a tube set. So I'm going to be using 1845 dankung tubing, which I just got this stuff here. I'm using the latex coloured stuff as opposed to the black stuff you get. The main differences that I've noticed, this stuff has UV protection in it apparently, and it lasts longer. I've only been using the one band set of this stuff for one day, so I'm not sure about how it works longer, but the only differences that I notice in making band sets is this black stuff seems to be more slippery. It seems to be slipperier, and the implications for that is when using the Chinese finger cuff, this stuff is, I'm going to say, more effective. Not saying that the black stuff isn't effective for finger cuff. It absolutely is. I've used lots of band sets with that method, but that's fine. Anyway, I'll try and keep my rambling to a minimum. Sorry guys, I mumble a lot, and yeah, you'll have to deal with me. Okay. So if I can get my phone out of my pocket, because it's friggin' annoying me. Shun. Okay. So I'll start from the start. Here's my here's the Forkeye that I've been working on. It's got a top slot method, which is similar to the peerless slingshot by flipping out slingshots here. That it's really cool. This is by far my favorite connection method at the moment. It's easy, it's secure, you don't need to wrap anything. Not that wrapping's bad, but you don't need to wrap. Yeah, I really like it. I'm finding the bottom line is I'm much more accurate with this design of slingshot and this type of band set, tube set, than anything I've ever tried before. So I'm loving this. As you can see, I'll give you a knockdown. It goes through. Uses the matchstick method. I use a bit of tubing there, pulls around, and then yeah, snugs in like that. And you can see it just pulls in snug like that. No problems. Okay, so let's make a band set from the start. Now, I'm by no means an expert on this, but this is what I've been doing recently, and it works really well. It's really easy to make, yeah, that's it. It's really easy to make, and it works really well for me. So what more do you need? I've got some new 1842 tubing here, which I got from dankung.com. Super cheap. It's like 10 meters for about $10 shipped. Like, do me a favor. Okay, so what I'm going to be doing today, I'm going to be using the Chinese finger cuff method to attach to a pouch. I'm going to use one of Irfan's pouches here. These are great pouches, these die cut pouches. And I'm going to take one out of here. There we go. Get rid of that. Okay, so I'll be using one of Irfan's pouches, which they're great. Eshot, I believe his name is on the forum. Okay, so I'm going to try not to be too annoying about this, but I think, what is my draw? My draw is 77 centimeters, 85 centimeters. I don't know what my draw is. I keep forgetting, but all I know is that my band set, I cut them 180 millimeters long, 18 centimeters, and which is for you, it's about 7 and 2 somethings. You fucking imperial people, you got to move into out of the dark ages. 180 millimeters. So what I do, line up on the 180, and you drag along without pulling it too much. There you go. and cut it. Actually, before I do this, I've gone about all the things that I consider to be non-negotiable for making a set of tube bands. Okay, 1, good ruler. Metal rulers are great. They're nice and flat. You know how you when you were growing up, your mum would say, "Not with the good scissors." Fuck that. You're a grown man. Use the good scissors. These are the good scissors. So use the good scissors for cutting latex tubing. And these here are what's called hemostat clamps. I've got a little bit of tubing around here to help them close. Good one, Sam. Just drop the bloody thing. So they're basically locking clamps. So if you see here, they've got little clamps, little locking mechanisms that stop them locking, which is really useful. Basically, yeah, this is them. They've got a curved tip, and I find these absolutely perfect, and I'll show you how I use them in a minute. Okay, so, and I've got a little eraser here, which is absolutely by no means, in my experience, optional. I absolutely need this exact eraser. I found this and it works perfectly for everything I'm doing today. So, yeah. Okay, so I've cut one 18mm length. Instead of cutting another 18mm length, because when you stretch this or you draw it across here, it can be a bit variable. So I'm just going to get this other piece and cut it to the same length as this cut tube. Now, I found the best way to do that is get at the end, get them even. Instead of like dragging her through like this, because you can drag one evenly and one unevenly, and one will be longer than the other due to stretch. So I'm just going to hold it there. Just walk it down very gently, just an inch at a time, until I get to the end. And then with the good scissors, I snip. Oh, there we go. Always double check your stuff, because it's much easier to get them straight here than once you've connected them up. Now I don't stretch my tubes as far as I'm going to go. When I'm at full draw, I've still got about an inch, maybe 2 inches before I'm bottomed out. So it's not getting the maximum strength out of the bands, maximum power out of the bands, but it's getting good life. So that's what I go for. And I trim them. And I'm pretty sure they're about right. You can get a bit anal about this. There we go. Okay, so get your tubing, and because you love tubing so much, you're going to put it back inside the bag, seal it up, and put it in your slingshot shit for later. Okay, I'll also go over, with this one I'm using single tubes in the Forkeye, but I'll also show you about the double tubes, because I also put the double tubes in this one for shooting lead and stuff like that. So I'll go through that as well. Okay, back down there, you naughty scamp. Okay, so because I'm a bit of a simpleton, I forgot 2 other things I'm going to need. You need 2 collars. Now these collars are going to hold the tube to the pouch with, I guess you'd call it I think the Chinese finger cuff method. So these they just rolled straight off the desk. That's a bit of tubing I'm never going to get back. Okay, 1. I'll show you how big these are in a second. 2. Now I find it's really important to get these 2 the same size. Be a bit anal about it, down to the 0.5 millimeter if you can. But yeah, let's have a look at these 2. That one's a bit longer. I find this natural latex coloured dankung tubing, it grips better than the black stuff. So I'm going to go out on a limb and use a little bit of a smaller collar than I normally do. I'm just getting these even, so bear with me 1 second. I'm not going to do any editing. I'm just going to show you from start to finish. And you never know, when you watch stuff, you can pick up, watch people do things, you can pick up stuff that you don't normally know, you haven't noticed in other videos. So I'm just going to keep it all here. Right. two little bits there. And if you guys are interested, they are, now this is by no means a set rule, but these are 4 millimeters long, or what is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10ths, or they're like 1/16. I don't know this millimeter shit, sorry guys. There are 2/16, I think, of an inch. I don't know. I'm sure someone will correct me on that. Okay, so we have 2 hemostat clamps, 1 pouch. Don't need the scissors anymore for this. 1 spacer. The rubber's great for this. You know, you'll find something that works, I'm sure. Okay, so you're gonna need 2. The way I do it, this is the way I do it, and I really enjoy it. I actually really enjoy making band sets this way, and you know, if you enjoy making band sets, then I guess there's no problem. Okay, so I've pushed that bit of tubing up the clamp there, and here I'm going to clamp this open by putting that in there, right? So I've done this, put it there, so it pushes that little bit of tubing open, okay? And that just keeps it open, keeps it out of the way. Don't have it dangling down here for a reason you'll soon find out. I grab the other clamp, feed it up while holding that, making sure it doesn't slip down the thing, like that. Then I twist it, put it into place like that, right? So the clamps are like that. Then let's hold those clamps like that. I hope that makes sense to you guys. Now I'm going to separate them a little bit, and that opens that up. I hope that makes sense. I'll just do it one more time. No, it won't, because they're all jammed in together like a douchebag. Okay. There's a bit of tubing. Push it down into there with these vertical clamps. I'll just very gently clamp that. Clamp that piece very, very gently. You don't really have to hardly even clamp it at all. And see, that just pulls straight through. You see the bottom clamps here? I'm holding them open. And see, that's just like super easy. Yeah. Alright. Now to remove this, so make sure you don't damage your tube, open them up, hold that, open the clamps up a bit, hold the collar, and while keeping this open, just pull back. So they're still open, otherwise you're grinding against the tube, and I don't think that's cool. Okay, do the same one on this side. You get your collar, which you've just lost. Your collar, and push it onto the clampage. Highly recommend having a little bit of elastic here to keep these bands closed. Okay, open it up, lock it in place. That goes in, twist. There you go. Open, pull through. That one, horizontal clamp that's locked, remove the lock. Okay, so now what you've got, 2 bits of tube with 2 collars. Ew! Alright, now, fun bit. You get a piece of tube here with the collar. I hope this video quality is okay. I can't really see. I'm looking at my LCD monitor on a horrible angle here, and I don't think it's very good quality. But you have to, yeah. So I'm going to do it. I'm going to push this underneath there, just like that. That makes sense. Okay, open that up. Instead of locking it like that, I'm going to lock it like that. And this just seems to be perfect for that. It pulls that open. And that keeps it nice and wide, so I can just slide in and out like that. The tube can just slide. Get the other one, just like we did before. Hold it in the collar so it doesn't push it down. Lock it open. And there we go. Now, in that position, we are ready. Now, this is important, guys. Get your pouch. It's important to know where the seams go. You want this bit to be on the outside. If it's on the inside, it interferes with the ammo. See, if it's like that, it's a nice, clean thing. If I'll turn the pouch around, you'll be able to see, because I'm such a genius that I thought of that. You can see that totally kind of fills in the gap. So this is incorrect, and this is correct. Okay, keeps it out of the way. So to achieve that regularly, you remember the rule: come in from the bottom. So there's the bottom of the pouch, which is the side the ammo touches. That's the outside, which is the side your fingers touches. Come from the bottom. So to be perfectly clear, this bit here is where your fingers touch. This bit here, sorry, this bit here is where the ammo touches. So come in from the bottom of the pouch. Okay. See, I've left a lot of room here, which is nice, going to make it nice and easy for myself. So I've come in from the bottom, turn this around, open up that, grab it, clamp it lightly. So now it's clamped, it's not going to let go. Okay, grab these. See, this top one's clamped, these bottom ones are still kept open by the spaces. Open up the one, like that. Just pull it through. You want to pull it through about that much, or maybe less even. Unlock that top clamp, get it out. Now remember, when I'm pulling this out, I'm going to open this clamp up a little bit to relieve the pressure in the bands. Hold the collar, pull it. Yeah. Okay. So now you're going to be left like something like that, which is clearly not finished. Now, normally I would say you don't need to lubricate this, but this stuff grips much better. So I'm going to try without the lubricant, but you just want to pull it a little bit at a time, and it'll cinch up until it eventually gets super tight. I'm just twisting that pouch around to keep it straight. A little bit like that. There you go, look at that. Isn't that fucking gorgeous? So you can pull it super tight. There you go. So there's a little bit of extra line there, extra bit of tube there, which you're not going to want. What you can do if you want to make that a little bit closer is put that in there and open it just a little bit. Open, and then just give a slight pull. Now what this does is it relaxes the tube in there. So when you do pull it, it's going to tighten all up again, and it's going to take a bit more of this tube in. I hope that's clear. It's probably not, but when you do it yourself, it'll be obvious a few times. As you can see there, I hope you can see. That's pretty good. Okay? And that's tight as tight. I mean, like that's not going anywhere. Okay, so now that I've demonstrated that once slowly, I'll do it the normal speed. So put that in there. Open it up. There. There. From the bottom. Get them both right, otherwise you'll have to do it again. Which, thanks to tubing, it's really easy to do. So you won't be actually that stressed if you have to do it again. Just a little bit, and a little bit, little bit, little bit, little bit. Okay, so I got too much tube again there, because I'm a dickhead. So this is quite a thin little collar, but see, let's get it to there. Tighten it up bit by bit. Now you can lubricate that. I did with my last set of bands. You can lubricate it with spit or what a lot of people don't say for some reason. You can use like sex lube, like personal lubricant, whatever they call it, KY jelly, whatever. As long as it's not a silicone-based lubricant or water-based lubricant. Water-based lubricants are designed for lubricating latex objects and your skin, so perfect for slingshots. I don't know why no one said that, but use KY or something like that if you want to lubricate your bands, and that will be beautiful. Okay. See, there we go. Now I've got a set of 1842 singles, which are my favourite bands because I do target shooting and nothing else, and these are just gorgeous for shooting 3/8 ammo. Okay, so now, wow, Wow, 20-minute video. Look at that. That's incredible. That's, if you guys are still watching this, I'd be fucking amazed. Okay, so I'm going to show you how I attach these to the Forkeye. Here's a Forkeye. These vertical slots I love. They're 10 millimeters deep. You can see that. I'm going to keep blocking my view. See, 10 millimeters deep. And they are about 2 millimeters wide, I think. They're about 1.5 millimeters wide, which is just perfect for 1842 and 2040 tubing. It's great. So, what you do is some tubing. Any kind of tubing will work. I'm using a bit of 1842 here, black 1842. Okay, so for some reason I got my Forkeye labelled this way. I don't know. When I made it, I decided in my head that this is the way it goes. So there it goes. Okay, so when you lay your bands down, they're going to be fairly. That's where they want to lie. So you grab it, lift it up, pull it tight, slot it down into there. Right. Do the same for the other one. And look at that, isn't that beautiful? Now, you want to kind of pull them so they're fairly even. Leave a bit hanging out here, we can fix that, no worries. So they're like that, right? Straight. If one's twisted, it'll look funny. It'll look like, stop wiggling, it'll look like that. Or that, you know, it'll look a bit wonky. Which in that case, you just grab it here, pull it tight, which makes the tubing diameter thinner. Lift it out, twist it a little bit, put it back in, you know, easy. Okay, so I've got these bits hanging out, right? Now this is a little bit of I find this quite fun to do. So you get that bit of tube, put it on top. Okay. Lay it over like that. Grab the tubing. We're going to trim this bit of black tubing later. Pull it tight. Slot it down into the slot. Pull it down low. Okay, so you got a bit too much there. So I'm going to pull it in. I'm running out of battery here, which is not cool, man. So I'll do this quickly. Pull it in like that. So there's a little bit there. Pull that tight. Grab the top bit. Pull that tight too. Yep, so there's a bit there. Grab them both. Good pull. Pull them down a bit. And there you go, you're done. Very quickly do the next bit because I don't want to run out of battery halfway through the video. So I'm just going to do the other one quite quickly. Grabbing the tube. Put it back in the slot. This is much more difficult on camera because you can't really move it around. Too much there, so I'll pull it back. There we go. It's loose. Pull it tight. Go to the top one. Pull it in. Now, I believe it's called the matchstick method because often I'll use matchsticks there. Okay, so new set of bands. Dangle it down. Make sure it's even. You can try and get the put in the middle. It looks fairly good to me. You can also put it into a table like this, and have the bands hang down and see if they lay it flat. Flat enough for the video anyway. So straight enough, so that both ends are even. Give it a few twists, pulls. And, as I say, Roberto, your Mexican father's brother. That's how you do it. Oh, you trim these bits off like that. Snip, 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 snip. So you've only got a little bit there. Real quick, this is the Forkeye number, what is it, number 7? No, number 9. This is Forkeye number 9. First laminate I tried, a couple of little flaws there, but anyway. I've put double 1842s on this. And because this slot is a bit shallow, I've just wrapped tubing, as you can see, like like that, so it stops it from coming up. And that is a fucking great shooter. Shoot lead with that thing, and it's fucking beautiful. Okay, my battery's about to die, guys. So thank you very much for watching. 25 minutes, heroic effort. That is a bit of an in-depth look on the Forkeye tips, the thing, which is inspired by the beautiful Peerless by Flipping Out Slingshots. Thank you very much. And Forkeye, which is inspired by the, do I have an original Hawkeye here? I do. With the Forkeye, which is a great over-the-top shooter. Okay, guys, thank you very much. Slingshotforum.com. Love you guys and girls. Bye bye.